Hey guys, Alex975 here today, and as you can see in the title of today's video, I wanted to discuss why I think Deadpool 3 could save the MCU. And what I mean by saving the MCU, obviously the MCU isn't dead or anything like that, but it is dying. And a lot of you people may know, if you've watched my video that I made 2 months ago on this, or if you've basically watched the MCU recently, you may have noticed that the quality has kind of slumped, and it's also making too much content, and most of it is really bad. And I think everyone agrees with that, and I think it's a well-known fact at this point, but just in case you didn't know, I wanted to let you know there. But there was a couple times where the MCU seemed like it was going to go back uphill, and those 2 times I would say were when Spider-Man No Way Home came back and everyone watched that movie. And let's admit it, if the MCU had made a good movie after that, you could have made the MCU back and everyone might have been watching it. Maybe not to the same extent as Endgame, but you could have built it up to that point. And then the second one was obviously Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Those 2 movies were 5-star movies and gave a sense of the old MCU, and obviously they were good points to try get the MCU back on its feet, but they failed at that. I don't know what they made specifically after that. Also, Loki was an S-tier show. I have to say Loki was very good, but the one problem was Loki didn't have anywhere as big an audience, so people couldn't come back to, it couldn't get the MCU back on its feet because it was a bit too much of a small audience members. And also, I would say a lot of people were kind of skeptical about watching a MCU show because Disney Plus has made some really bad MCU shows, and Loki was kind of the one exception. I guess you could maybe include Moon Knight there, but Loki was definitely the main exception. And I know even I was skeptical of watching Loki Season 2 because I was scared that it was going to be a flop, but it definitely wasn't. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Deadpool 3 is obviously coming out in 2024, if you did not know, and I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure it's the one Marvel movie coming out next year. I think Marvel are taking a step back and they're leaving it to just Deadpool 3 next year. Now, I don't know if it was their plan to have Deadpool 3 as the only movie, but I think that's a brilliant decision because obviously everyone has kind of had enough of the MCU and people need to get the bad taste out of their mouth. And when Deadpool 3 comes, if they release it midway through 2024 or at the end of 2024, personally I would think around October would be the best time. I don't know when the release date is. I don't know if it's confirmed or not yet, but I think everyone thinks Deadpool 3 is going to be a success. I think it is going to be a good movie. I know you can't expect that, but I just kind of have a good feeling about it. You can't really go wrong with Ryan Reynolds, and Hugh Jackman is obviously coming back for Wolverine, so automatically it's going to be good, unless Disney do something wrong with Deadpool, but I don't believe they're that dumb to do that. I believe Disney will just let the old director and all do what they did when they Fox owned Deadpool, because Deadpool, I know everyone's been desperate for Deadpool 3 and it's taken so long, and obviously the setbacks with Fox shutting down and getting bought out by Disney was obviously the reason it's taken so long. So there's so much build up to this that you'll definitely get audience members, and it's nearly definitely going to be a success. Now, this movie could be the 3rd launch point for the MCU, but now that they've taken a step back and they've taken their time, hopefully the MCU can produce the right type of content, because I know Game Theory or Film Theory, whatever you want to say, made a video on the MCU when they released in the Phase 4 and Phase 5, how they could have released it to make the MCU look a lot better, with the movies coming out at specific times, and it would have made it a lot better. Obviously the quality of the movies wouldn't have changed, but the release dates are very, very important. So even though obviously they can't make movies in a year, so even if they're working for that year, it'll be for movies that won't see the light of day till 2027 or something like that, but they can find out, they can redo their release dates because no one is holding them at gunpoint for that. They can change the release dates. I don't care if they make setbacks, if they have to put off the release date to a longer date, I don't mind that as long as the movie's good. I know people are saying about that for Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse, the 3rd one, Beyond the Spider-Verse, sorry, I forgot what the name was, but I know people were saying that because they've made it a really early release date, and it's going to come out shockingly soon, especially in comparison to the distance between the first one and the second one. So people are saying it's most likely going to need a setback, and it does. I don't mind them making a setback, even though I'm frustrated because I'm like, I'm so excited to see it. I was able to wait 4 years for the second one to come out. I can wait a couple extra months, and that's the same with the MCU. Deadpool is a great set-off point, and I think everyone will agree with that Deadpool could have the potential to get all eyes back on the MCU. Now, the reason they should release it in October or something like that is because obviously if you wait too long, people have just forgotten about the MCU and it will be back to square A. So yeah, that's basically all I had to say in today's video. If you want to hear more about that, I would be well pleased to, and please consider liking the video, and that will encourage me to do it. Also, subscribe to the channel, because I don't say it enough anymore, because I don't want to say it all the time. But I would like more audience members to come to this channel, because I'm making commentary videos now, so most of my subscribers from before do not watch these videos. So yeah, that's all I have to say for today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.